my life and gave me a future. I'm still getting used to my new heartbeat, I say. He chuckles.
New heartbeat. That's a great way of putting it.
It's the best way I can describe it, I say. I didn't have much of a heartbeat before, but I do now, and that means I can finally start living. I'm going partying in Vegas tonight for the first time in my life, and I lived right outside it the entire time. His eyes glaze over to the point where I'm expecting to see tears well up in them.
Just don't overdo it, Misti,
he says, and leaves the rest unsaid. I may be cured in terms of how sick I was before the operation he performed on my aortic and mitral valves. But in terms of having a healthy heart, well, that will never truly happen for me. I've lived with the knowledge my entire life and have long since accepted it. This level of healthy is already almost too much for me. But you just gave me the all clear, I say in a mock petulant voice and chuckle right after. He smiles too.
Yes. Your next checkup is in 6 months.
I stand up and offer him my hand across his shiny white desk. I'll see you in 6 months then, I say, and he nods, smiles, and shakes my hand. A knot formed in my throat as the words came out, and it's still there when I reach the hospital exit. The heat outside grips me in its tight, suffocating fist. Used to be, I couldn't go outside on days like this. The dry desert air of Vegas is good for every other aspect of my condition, but the high summer heat is murder. Not anymore. I'm barely winded as I walk across the parking lot to where my sister Stormy and her new man Ace are waiting for me. Now, I can finally dream about feeling that same love and happiness I see in her eyes every time she looks at him. Hopefully, I'll know how to. Love and family were never in the cards for me. Not until now. And the adjustment to this new reality is proving a mountain. One of those tall, snow-covered monster mountains few have ever crossed. But I don't have to brood anymore. Now, I can just live. I'll learn how to. Why wouldn't I? Everyone else has.
Blaze. The day's crazy heat still hasn't let up completely. It's still wafting off the asphalt and making sweat run down my back. But the evening breeze coming in from the redwood forest surrounding the town of Pleasantville is promising a cool night to come. My bike doesn't need any work, but I've been working on it since getting up at midday regardless, tightening things that don't need tightening, checking the oil and brake fluid, polishing the chrome so it's clearer than a mirror. Few of the brothers bother me with idle chit-chat when I work on my bike in the dusty yard in front of the MC clubhouse that's been my home for almost 2 years now. 2 years I'll never get back, but I try not to think about that. Not so easy lately, but I try. The Devil's Nightmare MC clubhouse was built about a decade ago. It's a big, comfortable, modern structure with plenty of space for sleeping and partying. I haven't been doing much of either lately. The building is casting a nice long shadow over the backyard where me and a couple of other guys are tinkering with our bikes, the sound of metal against metal and huffs and puffs the only thing breaking the thick afternoon stillness. When I first joined the MC, I was content here. Now I'm not so sure anymore. Too much death all around, not enough peace. "Blaze, there you are," Colt yells from the other side of the lot, striding towards me. "Come on, we gotta go," he adds once he reaches me. I don't stop wiping down the rear mudguard as I look up at him. "Go where?" "Vegas, man," he says in that exasperated voice he always uses when I forget about something that means a lot to him. And by always, I mean exactly that. I've known Colt since I can remember. We've been best friends for that long, too. More like brothers than actual blood brothers. It's just that since he met Brenda a couple of months ago, he hasn't had the kind of time for me he used to have. I'm trying not to mind, but I notice. "We're meeting up with Buddy and Slate from back home," he says. "Did you forget?" I did forget. But I also didn't particularly want to go meet them in the first place. For me, back home is a place that no longer exists. No news from it is the best news, as far as I'm concerned. Me and Colt had a long conversation about this when our two old friends announced their visit, so I have no idea.